Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Michelle Hietermann. I'm from the Water Research Commission, and I am part of a project called the Ecological Infrastructure for Water Security Project. And this project is funded by the Global Environment Facility and is implemented in South Africa through the DBSA and SANBI. My role in the project is in a component of this larger project focused on social learning and knowledge management, based with the Water Research Commission. And we collaborate with a number of different organizations to undertake different activities of the project. Today, I'm going to be speaking about how we are activating learning networks for investment in ecological infrastructure to support dam siltation management. So as we all know, in order for our catchments to be healthy, and the reason why we need these healthy catchments is for the overall water system to function. We need an integrated approach between our built infrastructure and our ecological infrastructure. And a well-known benefit of healthy catchments is reducing the sedimentation of dams, and this extends the dam's lifespan. So the Ecological Infrastructure for Water Security project is undertaken through various different partners, through different components of work. One component is focused on creating an enabling environment. And here we see work on natural capital accounts, we see work on financial mechanisms, and we see work on policy. And we have various partners involved in this component of work. Some organizations still need their logos there, which we hope to see quite soon. We also have catchment level implementation and restoration work, and I'll touch next on the demonstration catchments that we're focusing in on. And the component that I'm responsible for is knowledge management and social learning, which cross-cuts across these two different other components of the work. So the project is involved in restoration work and implementation of that enabling environment work that I mentioned previously in the Greater Ngani catchment, as well as the Berg and Breda catchment in the Western Cape. So in trying to decide and in shaping our work and how we undertake our engagements and implementation of all the activities within those components that I mentioned, we have done extensive stakeholder mapping. We also have a database that is quite active and interactive in how it's developed. And we've realized that onion that you see on the right is really that this approach of this project is multi-layered and multi-leveled through different, from the heart of the work, which is our communities and the citizen engagement in the catchments, right through to our national, our regional, our national and global level initiatives that are taking place. And so we take the approach of a multi-level value chain, and we use an extended water value chain across multiple levels to identify our stakeholders. And really, the heart of the work, the object of activity on ecological infrastructure for securing water is focused in and between communities of practice and landscapes of practice. And today, I really want to just touch on how the approach of this project and the work that we're doing really has a key role to play in the dam siltation management space and the program. And behind the development of the dam siltation management strategy, as well as the skills development programs that we're developing for dam siltation, lies the heart of trying to integrate ecological infrastructure. But it also offers tremendous opportunity for the networking aspects of this dam siltation management program, skills development program, but also insights and monitoring and networks for bringing in the external environment aspects, if you see in this diagram, developed by a ward who you hear from either before or after this presentation. We also have integration at various different levels of operations and management when it comes to monitoring and collaboration with the external stakeholders in making sure that dam siltation management is undertaken in a sustainable way. And if we now start to go into the how we are implementing our work, which I think might be a useful piece of work for dam siltation management as a whole in other catchments as well as our demonstration catchments. Besides the work that we're doing in the enabling environment on natural capital accounting, on policy, on developing financial mechanisms that will unlock investment into catchment level implementation and restoration, we also take an approach where we have very core social learning knowledge management practices which allow us to mediate and connect between the various different stakeholders within the catchment. These practices are useful even to a dam siltation manager. And the different roles and responsibilities that are outlined in the skills program that I introduced previously. We also take an approach to monitoring and evaluation and learning through a value creation framework, which allows us to look at learning and change over time. We are developing various different case studies in this multi-layered approach of the actual work and its implementation. And so we're trying to capture this in very useful case studies that can be used and translated as evidence of the work, but also as learning tools within the course, which I'm going to introduce next. So we, in collaboration with Rhodes University, are developing a participatory course to activate learning networks for ecological infrastructure for water security. What we do, if you follow from the left to the right, is we have the various elements of or components of work which I've introduced. And from these components, there are technical products and materials that come out of those, which we are capturing in those case studies that I mentioned previously. We then are using both those case studies as well as other interactions that are taking place through the different lead partners of the project. We take that into this course format. And through this course format, we're able to, as startup knowledge resources, we're able to allow various different stakeholders from our multi-layered context in the catchment are able to come together to interact and to develop their own change projects. They design these in collaboration with others on the course, and they look to developing solutions. Dam siltation management would be a crucial part of this multi-layered context. And so from there, we're able to, while we pilot this course, we hope to really see how we can upscale it and share the lessons learned and possibly see implementation in other catchments. And hopefully strengthen the integration between this course and the dam siltation management skills development activities. The approach that we take is really for our stakeholders to come together to investigate their own context and their own workplace practice. What are you working on? What's going wrong? Together, working with others to identify what are the challenges and the new possibilities, and to come up with possible solutions that they can start to try out in their own contexts. So you implement that change, and from there, being able to continuously reflect, review, and consolidate. It also means that we are establishing these communities of practice or supporting existing communities of practice in their catchments. And this will ensure the long-term sustainability. So it's very important that this course development and the approaches and the work and activities of the ecological infrastructure for water security project really synergize and work closely with the dam siltation management efforts that we're currently discussing at the symposium. Thanks very much.